In many ways, the Super Bowl didn't really start for the Kansas City offense until 7:13 left in the fourth quarter, trailing 20-10. Let's pick it up with a now already famous 3rd down and 15 for the Chiefs.
I mean, famous. I don't know what else. I mean, that's first off, I just want to know. I hope everybody grasps what we just saw.
Right.
Maybe one of the greatest pass defenses we've seen here in recent history. Right. I mean, it's the best pass defense we've seen in a decade with a Super Bowl pass rush in 3rd and 15 with a 10-point lead to win the game. I mean, I think if you told the 49ers they'd be in this scenario before the year, they'd be like, hey, we'll take it.
Right.
We'll take it. Sold. We're going to win the Super Bowl. It's over. We've won it. But not when number 15's at quarterback.
And when that Super Bowl pass rush was the Super Bowl pass rush, quarters 1, 2, and 3. Fourth quarter,
it got
so
tired. And
right?
that's another point I'd like to make. You know, we've seen 10-point fourth quarter leads blown in the last 5 Super Bowls. They've all been the Seattle defensive scheme because it's all too much predicated on pressure with the front four. And in the fourth quarter of a Super Bowl, where it's an unbelievably long pregame and an unbelievably long halftime, they wear out and die out, just like the Seahawks did in Super Bowl 49 or the Atlanta Falcons in Super Bowl 51. Yeah. Same defensive scheme. So here's the play. Here we go. First off, this is what's going to happen. Let me just show you what they usually do, the Kansas City Chiefs, in this formation. A lot of the times, and in this play specifically, all right, Blake Bill just hooks up right here, all right? They usually run maybe an out route. They do different variations. But it's really all to get to this route premises, okay? This is a go-to play for the Kansas City Chiefs, and then the back comes out of the backfield and can go either way and do this. But this is what they do. They put pressure on you. And Mahomes reads it to this guy, to Kelsey, to the deep post, to the deep go. It's usually 1 to 2 to 3 right across the board. All right? Now, San Francisco's in their normal Seattle defense. It's going to be Seattle cover 3. Okay? Jimmy Ward's back here. He's got this third. He's got this third. They're going to split, and Jaquiski Tartt's going to come down in there to make 4 underneath in the coverage. Now, it's cover 3, but it's cover 3 match, all right? And the point of what I want to get to here, first off, is this is the guy that ultimately gets screwed over, and he gets schemed. Andy Reid attacked the rules of the defense. A lot of things we've talked about how Kyle Shanahan attacks rules of a defense and screws you over. Well, Andy Reid found the right combination to where he made this guy wrong. And it's a really hard, I mean, he followed his rules.
How does the term cover 3 match for the corner? Normal cover 3, he's in zone, he's soft, he's got everything in front of him, maybe a little bit behind him.
Right.
How did he get screwed by the fact that they're in match?
Yeah, sure. So match 2, just to let it go, like, yes, it's a match. If you're in your zone, we want you to match it. We don't want you to just like sit there and go, hey, I'm in my zone and you're open.
Like a matchup zone?
Yeah, it almost becomes a man-to-man. Right. You're in my zone. Now I match you up and I play you man-to-man.
Man-to-man.
Exactly right.
Whoever comes into my space.
And really what he has to be aware of sometimes is like, if this guy runs like a skinny post and then this guy does this right here, ultimately, he's responsible for this guy out here in this, right? And then this guy should pass him off. So that's why his eyes are inside. He's looking at the quarterback, and he's reading these two to make sure something like this doesn't happen where he goes to the post and he can't follow him in, and maybe one of these guys comes out and runs up like this, to where we've seen what they call these Seattle beaters, where sometimes, like Richard Sherman, I've seen him do it before, and other corners, they'll follow that guy inside because there's a lot of times they match them when they go inside and then forget, number 2 or number 3 came outside and now I'm screwed.
So as I watch this play progress,
yes,
this is the guy that got.
This is the guy that got. Okay. No doubt about it. So here we go. So now the play, okay, and I'm going to draw one more time because this is what they do. He comes up, sits there. There goes Kelsey across, all right? And this is where they screw over Mosley. And I'd like to say this was a great game plan design play by Andy Reid. And like, we're watching a combination in Tyreek Hill and Mahomes where that might be the only combination of sports in the NFL that can make this happen.
Right.
Or you could even have the guts to draw up this play. And now within that, okay, Sammy Watkins, who's going to run the in-cut, all right, and this is the key to the play, is Tyreek Hill, right? And we showed you before that play that they always run, the verticals. Well, when he sees Mosley here, when he sees Tyreek Hill running this path, He's not thinking, oh, he's a threat to come back into my third of the field.
Especially when he gets 25 yards down
exactly.
on that same path.
Exactly right. So let me just say this. As he continues down, you're right, Paul. He makes the break like over here, okay? And then it goes that way. All right, so at this point, when he's reading this play and backing off, he's seeing Tyreek Hill on the other hash, basically. And then he starts to see Watkins run the in cut, and he goes, oh, my rule is to follow him in on the in cut now. There's no point in me staying over here if everybody's on the other side of the field, right? Okay, so let's go to it. The next picture. The next picture, you can see it developing, right?
And that's Tyreek Hill, right?
There's Tyreek Hill. He's still running this way.
So he is 28 yards past the line of scrimmage. Everything about right there tells you he's running that post.
Everything
that
tells
he will finish it that way.
No doubt about it. You can see Jaquiski Tart stopped Kelsey right here, and you can see Sammy Watkins is just starting to come inside, and you can see Mosley's just starting to follow him too, because Mosley's still looking at Hill going, oh, he's running that usual deep post. He's going to just continue to go that way. That's what he always does.
Because there's no such thing as an outbreaking route that comes 35 to 40 yards downfield.
No, there's no such thing.
Like you just said a moment ago, nobody else does it.
Nobody else does that. So he's not expecting this. So we can blame Mosley, but I really want to say, no, don't blame him. It's really, this goes against everything, or he hasn't seen this all year. Nobody's run this play against him. And then I hear people go, well, why did he follow him in, right, when he has help inside of here? Well, for the first reason is that's his rule. When he sees nobody threatening his third, they tell you to match up. And people might go, well, he's got all this help underneath. But this isn't that much help. These are windows. I mean, you know, when you're screaming across and there's just guys here, a guy like Patrick Mahomes is going to hit somebody in the window. All right? You know, Blake Bell's accounted here by the linebacker. You can see nobody's there for Damian Williams underneath. I mean, really, Mahomes might have been able to throw the check down and get close to the first down. But regardless, as of right now, the ball is still in Mahomes' hand, and you're right. Here he is at 15 yards down the field at this point. Or no, sorry, I'm on the wrong guy. 20 yards down the field and still hasn't made a break. He's still going this way.
Yeah.
All right? So anything you want to add there?
I was going to say, as I was listening to you here, why would he come with this? This is how people end up looking like they're double teamed when the defense didn't really call for a double team, but when the ball gets thrown, people say, why would he throw into a double team situation?
Right.
It's because a defensive back had great recognition and made a play.
Made a great play.
It wasn't that there was a plan to double.
No, it was not a planned double team. Right. He just goes, my rules, what I'm seeing from the offense on this play has led me to be in this area to make it look like a double team, and it really wasn't a called double team. All right, so now let's go to the next picture. Next picture. Okay, now again, here's Mahomes back at the 21-yard line on his back foot, let me say. You know, I'm lefty, okay, but he's like this, and he's about to throw a ball 56 yards like this across the field. Again, just want to make the point that nobody in football can do this or does this. Nobody.
Right. And Tyreek Hill still hasn't
really committed. Look, here's Jimmy Ward's leg right here.
Yeah.
So, you know, when people say, does speed matter? Does arm strength matter? I say, yeah, it does. It just won a Super Bowl when they were down 10 against the best pass defense in football. That's why you draft a guy like Mahomes and have a guy like Tyreek Hill. But Jimmy Ward, to his credit, okay, hell, if you have Tyreek Hill coming at you and he's going this way and he's the fastest guy in the sport, of course, you're going to start protecting it. And added to the fact, like I said earlier, this is a go-to route that they do a lot. So he saw this on film and in practice 90 million times during the week. But here's Mahomes gathering up the throw, and like you said, Hill is still going this way, maybe with a slight body lean to start breaking it out there. And as you could see here, Mosley is matching Watkins, and now there's this voided area on the 49ers defense because of a great play design and the talent of Mahomes and Tyreek Hill.
That area is void on everybody's defense because people don't throw the outbreaking route 40 yards.
No, exactly right. Exactly right. No, he's read it and gone, wait, the people I'm supposed to read at the receiver position, nobody's a threat to come back out to my third. So I can follow him inside like my coach told me to all year long. Oh, not so fast, because freak of nature number 15 is about to uncork one of the greatest throws and plays we've seen in Super Bowl history. And let's go to the next picture. And as you see in the next picture, there's Jimmy Ward, who's now, you know, I mean, he's 60 yards downfield. I mean, again, look how much that Mahomes talent makes the defense back off. A free safety, 60 yards downfield. from where he's throwing the ball. And you can see he is wide open. And there's Mosley, who had covered Watkins, is now turning and going, oh, gosh, that's my third. I might get in trouble for this.
Right.
But I want to say, Mosley, this is just a great play and a play made by great players in a key moment.
That play is the equivalent, and I don't think this is embellished at all.
Yeah.
In the NBA, if in a set offense, in a key point of the game, if Steph Curry hit a 42-foot three,
there you go,
but he wasn't really guarded,
right?
Hey, congrats to you, man.
No doubt.
I'm not mad at the defense.
No doubt.
If he can hit that shot.
That's right.
And this is a throw that everybody else can't make.
No, nobody can make that throw. Nobody can run like he can. Then because of that, Andy can call a play that nobody else can call. And there it attacked the rules, as we talk so much about what great offensive coordinators do. It attacked the rules of the defense, and he had yet to learn or see anybody do that to him. He followed his rules to a T, to what he's been told to do all year long, except he was throwing a look and a curveball in the biggest moment that nobody had ever prepared him for.
Right.
And that's
Right.
really what the lesson is. And, of course, that jumpstarts Kansas City, and here we go.
Remember back in midseason, I think it was the Baltimore game that took place in Kansas City, and we spent time with the Mahomes throwing a seam route that was about like 35 yards downfield.
Yes, down the
with
left
the same
seam.
point that this is a part of the field with the kind of pass that nobody else has in their arsenal.
Yes.
It's not Baltimore's fault. It's just hats off to Kansas City for being able to do it.
No doubt. This is why he's the face of the franchise and the MVP and about to
All
make
those other
$45
things.
million a year and
Right.
everything like that, because he's that special and he's the best player in the league.
Okay, so that led to a touchdown.
Yep.
Next drive,
Yeah.
Kansas City now moving. Sammy Watkins, 38-yard gain, 3:44 left. It's 2017.
Yeah, 2nd and 7 here. And, at this point I'm going, oh, man, I mean, Kansas City looks like they're going to go down and get a field goal, and we're going to tie this game up. But after this play, I go, oh, my gosh, Kansas City. I mean, when they hit this pass, I went, oh, my gosh, they're gonna go ahead. I couldn't believe it. And, hey, there's a few things at play here. I mean, the first thing is I'm going to go back to the coaching with Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy. I think, again, this is a great game plan play call here where I think they felt they knew what San Francisco was about to do. And I say that because the 5-0 lineman, and then here's Kelsey on the end, they're all staying in the block. So that's 6-man protection. Plus Damian Williams, who comes along this edge, ends up being 7 guys blocking. So that tells me that the 49ers probably had a high tendency that when you got cross midfield and were in an obvious passing situation, that they would blitz or bring somebody off the edge. And in this case, it's K'Wan Williams off the edge. This is something they do a lot. He sees man-to-man down here with Sherman. Mosley's up here. Like I said, K'Wan Williams is going to blitz. Jaquiski Tartt's going to come down and play man-to-man here. And then Jimmy Ward's going to go back to the middle as a free safety. And then these two guys have whatever way the back comes out of the backfield. That's what they're doing right here, okay? So that goes on. Let's go to the next picture, Pete. We get to the next picture. As I said, you can see there's Damian Williams going across, K'Wan Williams blitzing. It's a 5-man pressure, right? There's Robinson right here in the slot. If he wants to throw it hot, he can hit him either way. But I think what Patrick Mahomes sees in this case, he goes, man, I got 2 freaks of nature who can fly on the outside. He goes, I'm taking a one-on-one shot. And this is what this play was called for. I'm sure when Andy Reid all year long goes, when I call this play, I want to take a shot. Like, we're protecting it up for a reason. We're not protecting it up to throw it 5 yards to this guy.
Right.
And really, Watkins is running a go, and Tyreek's running a go.
Yeah.
Now, the curious thing I find is he plays Watkins,
Yep.
all right, which to me, I would think was predetermined because they're both playing bump and run, man-to-man. I think Mahomes goes, I don't think Sherman can run as good as Mosley.
Right.
And I'm going to play Sammy Watkins on this play.
Right. And I think, too, the key moment here as I'm watching this, hey, Pete, if we can go back to the first picture.
Right.
Take it back to the first. And you talked about Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes wanting to take a shot with this route combination. I think right now they don't want to take that shot, or at least Mahomes thinks that he can't because of this right
He's
here.
not sure. I'm
Because
sure. Yes.
He can help with that very easily.
No doubt.
So now, half a second later, go to the next shot.
Right.
As soon as he commits back to the middle third, oh, it's Sammy Watkins against Richard. Okay.
No doubt.
Now it's a no-brainer.
Right. As a quarterback.
Because he can't help.
No, you're right. As a quarterback, you and I both know eyes have got to go on safeties, right? As you say, set hut, and you're pulling away from the center. That's where I was always taught to look, right?
Of course,
I'm sure you were as well.
And not only is he no longer here helping this half.
Right.
He now has the middle third, and he's looking that way.
No doubt. He's conscious of the guy with 3 rockets up his butt up here in Tyreek Hill. So, yes, he is. Body language is voicing that way as well. And then, of course, we got to talk about the brilliance of what Sammy Watkins did. Sammy Watkins takes an inside release, okay? And Richard Sherman, he's as smart as a corner as there is in football. And this is one time where one of his greatest strengths got used against him and became a weakness. Because I would bet you 99 out of 100 times when people have taken inside releases on Richard Sherman, they end up running an in cut, a slant route, maybe a deep curl, something along those lines. And because he's thinking, wait, this guy's not going to go inside of me and then try to get back outside to throw a go route, right? From this point right here, you're going, well, if he keeps running straight, the safety's there to make the play, right?
Yep.
So he's kind of betting on something in breaking. Well, Watkins learned from previous tape, right? Who was it?
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams,
Yeah.
right? He sees that.
Similar move with Sherman pressed up against him. Quick move to the outside, got him the inside release.
Got it, yep. So gives a little shimmy shake, boom, hits it inside. And now Sherman's being smart as he's covering him. He's looking at Mahomes a little too, I'm sure, to get a feel for where he's working, and he's probably thinking inside. So now let's go to the next picture. Next picture, the first thing that jumps out to me more than anything, okay, is like he's on the hash, right? Mm-hmm. So this is like I'm like, when I saw this picture, I went, there's not a lot of room for error with this throw right away.
Yeah.
The other thing that jumps out to me, Watkins did a great job of stacking Richard Sherman once he got by him. And what I mean by stacking is like, so like here's Watkins, and now I got on top of you.
Okay.
So now when the ball comes, you're behind me instead of being able on the side of me or anything like that. He's going to have to fight through the receiver to get back in a position. But not only is he stacked, he's just not as fast as Sammy Watkins at this point of his career. And as you see, Mahomes is getting ready to throw it up, and he drops the ball in like right here, which was just a perfect throw.
It's really, really cool nuance on this play with the touch, like you pointed out, but also Watkins being a veteran receiver. I think a young guy, I've got him beat this way. I'm going to keep going this way.
Right.
Because he's on that hip.
Right.
But he recognized that the open space was down here.
Down there.
And he bent it back there.
No doubt.
Huge help to the quarterback.
And that's like, you practice those things all year long, too, and you hope players learn it in the biggest moments, because usually most time players running a go route are told, like, the landmark is somewhere between the numbers and the sidelines, right? We used to have a red line in practice that was not on a real game field to remind the receivers we want you on the red line. You got a little room outside for the quarterback in case you're really covered that way. And of course, yes, so you're not too far in here and close to a safety or anything like that. But Mahomes about to throw a dime. Let's go to the next picture. And there you got it. I mean, that was the moment where I was going, they're going to tie the game. Right. Maybe we'll see what happens, to me going, holy cow, Kansas City's going to take the lead, because we've seen this story before. Once they get rolling, I've never seen a team ever, and I'm a historian obsessed with football. I think you know that by now and watch everything. I've never seen a team that can rip off 21, 28 points like the Kansas City Chiefs. I've never. It's unbelievable. I've heard people say it's like Golden State Warriors in basketball, and I agree. It's like, hey, Golden State's down by 18. They might not win the game. What? They're up by 3? It was 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the Kansas City Chiefs. They are truly like that.
So they scored on this drive, go ahead 24-20, and then a little icing on the cake with the running game to Damian Wilson to put the game away.
Yeah, I mean, these are the 3 scoring drives, right? And here, hey, the 49ers is 24-20. Jimmy Garoppolo just got sacked on the 4th down, right? Kansas City ran for a few yards on 1st down. I think it's 2nd and 7 now. 49ers, 2nd and 6, sorry. The 49ers got 3 timeouts, so they're not thinking this game's over by any stretch of the imagination. And then here with this play specifically, gap. He's got this gap. He's got this gap. He's got this gap. He's got that gap. Okay? That's how they're playing it. Now, they got to be ready because there's a fullback in, all right? And with the fullback, if he comes in here, then the gaps change, okay? Yeah, if he comes that way, then he's going to probably have to get this gap, and he's got to get that gap with Bosa being on the outside, all right? Now, on this specific play, all right, you're going to see Fisher go out and him go there, but they run the fullback outside over here. And what I want to show more or less is just how the 49ers, Quan Alexander, Fred Warner, how they played it at the second level, and ultimately this guy, Quan Alexander, plays it the wrong way, which then leads to Damian Williams scoring this touchdown. So let's go to the next picture so I can show everybody. So here you go. You see Bosa, right? He took that outside gap, right? Here's Fred Warner right here, the middle linebacker. He's right here. Quan Alexander's in a great spot right now. Look where he is. Quan, just stay right there.
Position,
you got there. He's here in the hole to mix this up. This is like right now from this picture, you go, Kansas City's not going anywhere here. There's nowhere to go for Damian Williams. But as we go to the next picture, okay, here's the problem. All right, so now you still see Bosa's in a good spot, right? Bosa's there. The linebacker here, and I know this is a picture, he's got a body on him, but he's not really being blocked. He's kind of got like this whole, he's kind of shuffling along doing that. And he's ready to have to make the tackle because if Quan Alexander plays this the right way. And this is where, to me, Quan Alexander messed it up. Quan Alexander, what I would call, he wrong shouldered it. All right, so come here. You be the blocker. You're coming at me. You want Quan Alexander like this with this outside arm free, right? So now Damian Williams goes outside. Okay, I can get him. Also, what it does, if he does it, and okay, maybe I don't make the tackle. All right, so maybe I don't make the tackle. All right, then it makes him maybe have to bounce it out really wide, and then you give a guy like Fred Warner the chance to go which they would call this spilling it over the top, and let your linebacker come and make the tackle. But Alexander, let's go back one more time. Let me just show it. Instead of being like this, he goes in here, and now he's screwed. Now there's nobody to set the edge. All right, and now he lets him just kind of roll right by him without really ever having to break stride, and that was really the error of this play. And let's go to the next picture, Pete. Because as you can see, there we go. Look, he's got now his outside shoulder he's screwed, right? So now he can literally just fly up the edge there. And if he took it the other way, okay, it's going to make him maybe have to stop and do this. And you can see here, Fred Warner's coming off of this block. Or if he took it the other way and just pushed him upfield a little bit, maybe Fred Warner makes the tackle right over here somewhere where it's a gain of 2 or 3 or something like that. But because Quan Alexander plays it with the wrong shoulder, it ends up being this, because now you see here's Quan Alexander, right? And he's sealed off by the fullback. Nick Bosa dives. There's Fred Warner. He's getting off the block, but nobody's slowed Damian Williams' momentum, and he can't get there quick enough. And that's it. And Damian Williams can fly. He's fast because the guy that was chasing him here was coming down, Jimmy Ward. Man, Jimmy Ward's one of the fastest free safeties in football. If he can't tackle you like that, then you know that guy can run.
Right.
And that was it. And it was game over, night.
Yeah.
And Kansas City Super Bowl champs.
Yeah, 49ers hadn't given up 21 points in a quarter all season until that right there.
It's unbelievable. I still can't believe it.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.